What's up, everybody? My name is Andrew Branham. I've been playing disc golf for about a year. I'm making this YouTube channel. Well, I've already had a YouTube channel, but I'm making... Sorry, there's loud trucks. I'm making these videos not only to show people disc golf courses around our area, but also for myself, for my form review, and also I can come back to these, you know, in a year or two to see how I stack up against what I was. So I'm gonna start off with doing a little in the bag video. Right now I put with Discmania Exosoft Logics. They fly very straight. I wiped the stamps because, kind of like Simon said, I found myself lining up the stamp, and when it's not on there, I kind of just step up and put away. That's the only two putting putters that I have. Throwing putters, I have two Bergs. They're both K1 line. This is K1 soft. I use this one for upshots, mostly forehand, and I use the pink one off the tee. The other putter that I have in my bag, well, it's not really a putter, but it's a 1-speed, is the Glitch. If you don't have a Glitch, you need one. Everybody needs a Glitch. This disc is so fun to throw. It's really good for form review because if your hand's a little bit on hyzer, it's going to come out on hyzer, and it's going to stay all the way. So that is a fantastic disc. And then getting into the main part of the bag here, I also have a end of a birdie. I use this mostly for tomahawk up shots. It's a great disc for that because it literally just hits and stops. Moving on to our mid-ranges. I have a few mid-ranges. I just bought this Thought Space Temple a couple weeks ago. I've only played with it like one time. It is very, very, very overstable for a 4-speed. This is a dynamic disc fuse. I mean, not a dynamic disc, Lat 264 fuse. This disc should have 17 glide on it because it just goes. A CAC Z from Castoplast. They don't make these anymore. It's very, very flexible, but very fun to throw. For forehands, you can kind of get a tight little flex out of it. And then my last mid-range is a Sphe from Castoplast. This thing is just a turnover magnet. You can hyzer flip it and it'll continue to turn over. I don't throw it tons, but enough to keep it in my bag for those turnover type shots. Moving on to fairway drivers. Fairway drivers, just recently bought this Discmania Mermaid. Always like the plastic, the feel of it, it feels really cool. I'm not the craziest about it, but I haven't thrown it enough to really know. Then I have two C-Line FDs. This is a Color Glow. These discs, kind of like a Glitch. Everybody needs to have some FDs in their bag. They're very versatile. They will fly straight most of the way, but if you put them on just a touch of ante, they will fight back out of it. And then I also have a FD3, Simon Lizotte's Doombird 4. Super fun. Throw a lot of forehands. So this disc is great. With the overstability of it, you can really, really flex it out. Now on to drivers. You will see that I'm a big felon guy. The Felon was the first disc that I ever had. I'll actually show you what I call OG here in a little bit. It's the first disc I ever had. I found it at a local course here. And everybody was always like, why is that your first disc? Why do you have that? And it's really just because I found it and I didn't want to spend money on this game that I thought was stupid. But I actually love it now. So first Felon is this Riki Wasaki Felon. It is super, super domey. It is definitely the most overstable Felon. I haven't fallen in love with this yet, but it's a 6 stamp and it's a Felon, so I gotta keep it. Then I have a Metal Flake Lucid Felon. I had one of these a while ago and I lost it, and it was, where did I lose it? At one of the courses in Trussville. It's one of my favorite discs to throw on forehand. Super reliable flex shot, super reliable over stability. Then I have another Saki Bomb Prototype Felon. This Felon is the straightest flying Felon I've ever thrown. They fly super straight and then have a pretty consistent finish. I throw all of these on forehand. I don't really throw them any backhand. But everybody needs some Felons. They're a fantastic disc. I have a 6-time Undertaker. I don't throw this one tons, but it is very true to how you throw it, with a little bit of a consistent finish. Love that disc. Then I have a Discraft Heat. This disc I throw for rollers and maybe some long turnover type shots, but you really have to get up on it for a turnover. So I love throwing this disc for rollers. Then I have an S-Line PD. Got these when these came out earlier this year. Yeah, I think it was earlier this year. Great disc. I don't throw it tons, but when I need to throw it, it is very consistent, having a little bit of turn and then a consistent finish to the strong side. This is a Streamline Jet, my favorite driver in my bag. It is very, very, very straight, and as my arm has gotten better, I can get a turn out of it, and then it will always finish straight. It never really finishes too overstable. It's in the Proton plastic. I picked this one up just because I thought the stamp was cool, and I absolutely love the disc. Now, distance drivers. This is a Destroyer. Kind of been working on my power grip a lot lately, and I've come to like this disc. Still can't throw it to its true potential yet, but I do like throwing it. Then I have a Discmania Enigma. I throw this one some on forehands, but mostly backhands. It's a good disc. I'm not going to say that it's even in the top 10 of my favorite in my bag, but it's a good disc to have. Then I have a Champion Daedalus from Innova. For the longest time, I hated the way Innova's rims looked, like specifically just on how they look. But my friend gave this to me, and turns out I throw it a lot off the tee. It has major turn and then the consistent overstable finish. Great disc. I picked up this Ballista Pro from Latitude 64 a couple weeks ago. I throw it mostly on forehand. I don't have the backhand distance or the backhand speed for 14 yet, but I like throwing this disc off the tee on the forehand. And then the last distance driver is the Ezra Ederhold 2023 Tour Series Nuke. This disc is super, super fun to throw. It's got a very consistent turn out of your hand with a very consistent fade. You can flex it and it will just ride on that turnover for a long time before it finishes back stable. They aced these runs of nukes. Also have a MVP Dimension. I picked this one up from a used bin from a local store because I thought it looked cool and I wanted an MVP disc because, you know, Simon went to MVP. This thing is basically just a tilt. I think it's like a 14.5 speed, and you can throw it like this, and it's gonna just completely fight out of it. Still a fun disc to throw, to have for some weird tee shots. And then I got a Horizon DD1 from Discmania. I don't throw this one tons. They're really in the side of my bag just because I do throw them, but if you can't tell, they're not pink, so they don't really go in the main part of my bag. And then the last three, well actually the last two, because I forgot I lost a disc and haven't got it back from my friend yet. Up here is my utility slot of my bag. This is OG. It's a Metal Flake Lucid Felon. I half dyed it. This disc has become so beat in, I can get it to turn and it's still gonna have a little bit of finish. I will throw it on turnover forehands, which is crazy that a Felon I will use for a turnover. But this is OG. If you ever hear OG, this is the disc I'm talking about. Absolutely love this disc. I thought I lost it one time and almost cried, so make fun of me, I don't care. And then the funnest disc to throw in my bag is the Full Tilt. This disc, I'd been wanting one, finally picked one up from a guy off of Reddit. This is definitely, everybody needs one of these in their bag. Scramble shots, or even just short off the tee shots, you can really just flick it up and it's going to hit, and because it's going to hit the ground on such an angle, it's just going to flip and flop and stay right where you threw it. I do have, the other disc that I normally have up here is a Lucid Suspect it's the Raven Klein tour version. It's a 4-speed, super fun to throw. I throw it off some short tees and also throw it just for some shorter up shots. Great disc, great consistent overstability. I also have, well, I have some candy in my bag right now. I normally have a Discmania towel, but I lost it on the course somewhere. But today I'm actually using a pair of shorts that I had in my truck. I have some random minis. Spider-Man chalk bag, set of disc dice, and that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching.